everybody. My name is Steve Lerner, and I'm the editor of the Enterprise Mobility Exchange portal. Welcome to the presentation for the first annual Mobie Awards. As organizations around the world are harnessing mobility to create a competitive advantage, few are separating themselves from the pack. The Mobie Awards are Enterprise Mobility Exchange's recognition of notable enterprises and the outstanding technological achievements they've made on their journey to digital transformation. Between April and June 2018, companies with at least 50 employees were invited to submit nominations for the Mobie Awards. The nominations included a written use case detailing the company's key challenges, as well as technology implementation and realized ROI. In 2018, Enterprise Mobility Exchange solicited for entries in 3 Mobie Awards categories: Best Use of Innovative Mobile Technology, Largest Successful Cloud Integration, and Most Effective App Integration. After the nominations were sent to Enterprise Mobility Exchange, the judging period occurred over the summer. The judges for the Mobie Awards included members of the Enterprise Mobility Exchange Editorial Advisory Board, which is comprised of leading mobility and digital transformation experts. Tonight, we will be presenting trophies to the 3 winners of the 2018 Mobie Awards. All 3 winners are fine examples of enterprises that overcame challenges with innovative technology solutions, and they are reaping the benefits. So, first in the category Best Use of Innovative Mobile Technology, the winner is Phoenix Children's Hospital. The goal for Phoenix Children's Hospital was to provide iOS devices to each patient to entertain the patients, provide them with medical records for their families, and also to improve nurse mobility. Before implementing the solution, Phoenix Children's Hospital conducted a survey and found that 65% of its patients lacked access to a tablet during their time in the hospital. As a result, they decided to provide the devices to the patients. However, there were a few initial challenges from getting the project off the ground. To save precious staff resources, Phoenix Children's Hospital wanted to use unified endpoint management and automated provisioning, as well as a zero-touch solution due to the daily patient turnover rate of nearly 25%. Additionally, the hospital wanted to avoid a high-priced patient engagement solution. Phoenix Children's Hospital selected VMware AirWatch for mobile device management and ground control for iOS provisioning. This full integrated solution allowed Phoenix Children's Hospital to automatically provision, manage, and wipe iOS devices. They can automatically personalize an iPad for each patient. When a patient is transferred or discharged from the hospital, their personal information is automatically wiped from the device. Now, the solution allows Phoenix Children's Hospital to revolutionize the patient experience without going over budget. It costs 90% less than various off-the-shelf patient engagement solutions at other hospitals. Another benefit has been the increased productivity for staff at the hospital. Nurses are able to easily and quickly access clinical information about the patient with the iPad. More importantly, the real ROI from this solution can be found by looking at the smiling faces of the children and their families. I just wanted to read one quote from their case study. This is from David Higginson, who's their CIO, EFP, and Chief Administrative Officer. He recalled the story of a father who had been somewhat estranged from his child. One day, the father came into the hospital because the child was sick. Here is the quote. "Once they got there, it was a little awkward, but they bonded over playing Angry Birds on the iPad and spent the next 2 to 3 hours playing together. And the dad told me with tears in his eyes that having the iPad there helped them find some kind of common ground, and they kind of reconnected." Accepting the award for Phoenix Children's Hospital is Brian Mayer, Vice President, Business Information Systems.
Say a quick thank you. So Just like to thank the Enterprise Mobility Exchange for this award. It's a great honor. Also want to thank some of the partners that we worked with on this particular project, Airwatch, Ground Control. This wasn't a one-person project. We've got an amazing IT department. Thanks to the leadership of our CIO, David Higginson, made this all possible. So thank you very much.
All right, next category, largest successful cloud integration, and the winner is Kaiser Permanente Continuing Care Services. At Kaiser Permanente Continuing Care Services, one of America's leading healthcare providers, at one point the managers could not readily determine where their 300 home care professionals were at any point or how long the appointments were taking. They were still dependent on written paper reports. Home care workers had to manually fill out reimbursement forms for mileage expenses on their own personal vehicles. Kaiser Permanente Continuing Care Services also relied on home care professionals self-reporting their time worked on written timesheets, which were sometimes not properly filled out and they could not be verified. The 300 home care professionals were also union employees with different degrees of technical experiences using a smartphone and a mobile application. So, as a solution, they leveraged Force Manager, a mobile app and cloud-based administrative software solution to address these challenges with help from Click Software. After relaunching Field Force Manager, the app, to its home care workers, Kaiser Permanente Continuing Care Services was able to address several challenges. The app has many components. First, it has mobile timesheets so that employees can easily clock in and out and managers can confirm the accuracy of the data that shows time and location. There are also trip reimbursements that allow workers to easily fill out odometer information in the app, and the office can validate the date, time, and location data. There's also GPS location services and reporting that gives managers visibility into where the workers are at any given point. The capabilities were rolled out in phases that took about 22 months. As for the ROI, they were able to increase revenue by an additional $67,000 a month, or over $800,000 a year. They increased the average daily patient visit from 3.1 to 3.38. They also increased the employee policy compliance and employee accountability. They were able to reduce overtime costs by 43%. The data and reporting helped mitigate risk for everything from employee overtime compliance to accurate insurance claims. For employees, time cards are more accurate now, and mileage reimbursements are now more timely for them. Accepting the award for Kaiser Permanente Continuing Care Services, Megan Magnus, Director of Informatics, and Michelle Teeples, Service Area Administrator for Continuing Care.
One for big speeches of any kind here, so I'll keep it short and sweet. Really, we have to thank Click Software. They were a huge partner in all of this innovation around giving us a different lens into our mobile workers. I mean, we don't see our patients in the four walls of a medical facility, so finding innovative ways to understand the challenges that they're faced with out in the community when they're going into hoarder houses, or just creating that culture of safety and accountability at the same time. So having Click Software help merge all of that together for us was just a huge blessing, and obviously the return on investment for us has been significant and continues to improve daily. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And finally, in most effective app integration, the winner is DLL. So with DLL, they were supporting sales reps with mobile technology, which has become a trend in the industry. However, previously, as part of a large global organization, the sales reps had some difficulties needing to quote financing payments to end customers. It was a very complex pricing process. There were nearly 1,100 rows of pricing information on paper that were on spreadsheets. The sales reps manually had to go through those spreadsheets. The sales reps themselves were not necessarily familiar with the ins and outs of financing. Organization itself made several attempts to overcome the challenge. They recognized the need for help. After watching a seminar conducted by enterprise mobile consultant and app development vendor Propellix, DLL believed that a partner had finally been found. Along with Propellix, DLL teamed up with solution providers Axway Accelerator and Amazon Web Services. DLL created a customer-facing mobile app called Express Finance that simplified the financing experience by creating both customer and DLL efficiencies in pricing calculations, proposal generation, and point-of-sale closing. Both finance costs and rates were embedded into the real-time pricing service in the mobile app. As for the ROI, the company has seen a 62% increase in user engagement. There's also been a 90% reduction in DLL reps quoting financing payments for the program. The completion time for some complex financing proposals has gone all the way from 60 minutes down to just 60 seconds. There's also been new business development that represents a $1 billion global program opportunity. There's also increased customer satisfaction as well. Previously, end customers had to contact the company by phone or email. Now the app is dramatically reducing the waiting time. It's making it easier for users to access self-service. Accepting the award for DLL is Scott Phelps, VP Regional Digital Product Owner, Elsie Libertini, Senior Program Manager, Global eBusiness Mobile Product Owner, and Tim Gallagher, Senior Program Manager, Mobile Product Owner.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the Enterprise Mobility Exchange for the award. It's an honor to get it from you guys. And I'd also like to extend a thanks to our partner, Shahab Chowdhury, who's here from Propellix, who really aided us in this effort. The tooling was great and everything of that nature, but from the time we set out to develop a strategy, working with them on that, to the council to work on it or look at it as a program with continuing investment, all the way to actually pursuing probably one of the more fun parts was the day in the life activities with our partners. So actually traveling around with sales reps, seeing what they do, gaining empathy into how they view the friction points with our products and service offerings was a real learning experience, and we couldn't have done it without them. And last but not least, I would certainly like to thank Bill Stevenson, our CEO, who had the foresight to grant us the money to do the project. Thank you very much.
Lastly, on Monday, November 12th, which is this Monday, we are publishing a report with the full case studies of each winner. So if you go onto the Enterprise Mobility Exchange portal, you can access the report starting on Monday. And stay connected to the Enterprise Mobility Exchange portal for news about 2019's awards. And finally, let's give one more thank you and applause to all the winners.